I don't know. I respectfully disagree.
Okay, we're talking about the wildfire smoke from 3 years ago.
Okay, so you think it was like a longer, like a summer-long phenomenon?
Felt like it was an overall not sunny summer.
I'll look it up. I don't remember that, but then
Right.
again, I'm not that bright.
And I have a terrible memory. You do remember everything.
Not really. I don't like. I'm absent. I don't like. I remember like. I know the state capitals, but I don't know where my car keys are.
The really useful stuff.
Yeah,
right?
like really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to look at what the duration of the wildfire smoke was.
That was when it was 3 years ago. The AQI was 400. My older daughter was in New York City. Like, oh, finally in New York City, and you can't go outside.
Yeah.
You couldn't even see across the street, for goodness sakes. It's crazy.
Right. So that kind of puts into context what we're dealing with now. But this still, even though the AQI is about to reach 200 today.
Yeah. It's unhealthy for some.
For some. And so I posted some videos of Elliot golfing yesterday. He had a really good tournament. I had several haters on Facebook saying, "What kind of mother are you letting your son play golf?" Well, he's healthy. He's fine. And you can spend some time outside if you're a healthy person. But if you're an asthmatic, or you have COPD or you have health issues, of course, do not exert yourself outside or wear a mask. Elliot's fine.
My daughter was practicing cartwheels today, and if you have a problem with that, shut up. Shut up. Really.
We're good parents.
We're good parents.
We're not going to risk our...
No.
You're risking his health for golf?
He's golfing. First of all, he's golfing.
He's not running a marathon either.
Yeah, that's right. Elliot stopped smoking, so he's doing a lot better with that. No, he's fine. And again, if you're a reasonable person of reasonable health, and you're going to be fine today. Sure. If today's your day to go to Darien Lake or go to Old Home Days or go to Founders Days at Dubuque.
Maybe the lines won't be so long.
Yeah, go for it. Although, there are some particulates. And here's another thing. Wear a mask. If you want to take a walk down the street and get on that COVID-era mask, go for it.
The N95 masks are a great way to block out some of those particles and to breathe your healthy air. And so it's something that'll be just fine. How many more days of this do you think
I hope
we'll
Elliot
have?
is able to recover from his golf outside.
And that I won't get arrested for...
Oh, my God. Child Protective Service is coming. That's right. Who has their kid outside today?
And by the way, I golfed yesterday.
The AQI is elevated.
I shouldn't have golfed, though.
You walking down the street, careful! Where are your parents? I'm sorry, what? No, today's going to be the worst day.
Okay.
Yesterday will be second worst. Today will be worst. And tomorrow will be better.
Great.
Okay? And it should be done. Sunday looks magical. Monday looks terrific.
Okay.
Saturday,
Sunday,
some dry time, some showers around.
I know that all of us is heading to New York City. The World Cup on Sunday.
Is it on Sunday?
Yeah. I wonder what that's going to be like weather-wise. I mean,
It should be okay. If we're okay, they're going to be okay. The wind direction won't be out of the northwest.
Okay.
That's the problem. It's the wind direction. Unfortunately, that's bringing us this way. Normally winds out of the northwest, you get lower humidity. You get Canadian air. We talk about Canadian air, more refreshing than the southern air. But unfortunately, it's the advection of smoke.
Okay. All right. I'm going to head down and get ready for the news.
All right.
Carry on.
Careful.
And then we will continue to talk more about this. Thank you. I'll be careful.
Yeah, go inside for some fresh air. There you go. Smoke-filled skies today, unhealthy air, weather impact alert continuing today. There will be smoke tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be as bad or as impactful as today. 73 degrees right now, pressure on the rise. Dew point, doable, 63. If it wasn't for the smoke, it would be a lovely day today. Again, future wildfire smoke. So the timing on this is look for the areas of purple and the timing of purple. The purple is going to be the thickest smoke. And here, again, yesterday afternoon was worse than the morning. And right now, it's sort of like yesterday afternoon. It's going to thicken up a little bit. So the afternoon today is going to be the worst of all of it. It does sort of clear out tonight. And then tomorrow, it looks like it's going to be sort of a thinner smoke. Unfortunately, the wind now out of the west. So you see the smoke over Lake Erie, over Michigan, is going to be sort of pushed over western New York again. So man, oh man, I'm getting more pessimistic now looking at the future like wildfire smoke. So it's not going to be as bad as today. we may have to keep the weather impact alert going. It depends on what the air quality index will be. So a future look, nothing to show today because it's going to be dry today. I just wanted to give you the timing of the rain. So Friday by happy hour tomorrow, I'm anticipating a thinner, higher layer of smoke, like milky skies, or filtered sunshine, and 81 degrees and dry. Okay, no, AQI won't be of concern, I don't think, tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then you see some scattered showers overnight. I don't think there'll be any thunderstorms moving through overnight. And then during your day Saturday, if you have outdoor plans, or if you're having a party or a wedding or whatever, you may have to dodge some drops, maybe the isolated cell. You see, there's sort of, everything's sort of cellular. It's not a front moving its way through. Well, I'm sorry, there is a front moving through, but it's not a big giant line of rain moving it through that's easy to time. It is these sort of convective showers that will pop up. So for the afternoon, when we get peak heating, that's what the time when the showers will be most numerous on Saturday. Follow me? So just keep your eyes to the skies, and you may have to dodge a rain cloud or two for your Saturday afternoon. Improving for Sunday. Sunday is the better day of the weekend. So today, again, weather impact alert, high of 82, smoke-filled skies today, unhealthy air, wind out of the northwest. From 10 to 15 miles per hour. Improving air quality tonight. Tomorrow, again, smoke, but not as thick, a little higher in the atmosphere, 83 degrees. Improvement expected again. Winds light and variable. Saturday, the day, it's kind of dicey, not too bad. Sunday and Monday look lovely. Tuesday, a front moves its way through, giving us shower activities in the afternoon. And Wednesday's high only around 70. The rest of the week will not be with highs of 70. But, Melissa, next week our highs will be in the 70s. You follow me? So we're going to be like around 75-ish a week from today.
A lot of people would be happy about that since we've had such hot weather. Yep. So a little break. All right, Kevin, thank you. Now, we are seeing the smoke here, but there is fire, of course, up in Canada. And take a look at this dramatic video of the raging wildfire in northern Ontario. It shows a Canadian National Railway crew surrounded by flames while passing through on a train. Thankfully, they all made it out safely after they evacuated. It comes as more than 100 wildfires continue to burn across northwestern Ontario, with smoke creating hazardous air quality conditions, including some of the worst in the world in Toronto. This is a live look right now at Canada's largest city. Environment Canada is urging people to limit their time outside. And reporter Reid Binion spoke with people about what they're experiencing.
My eyes are burning, my lungs are burning, I've got a splitting headache. It's brutal.
People in Ontario, Canada are struggling under air quality alerts as heat and wildfire smoke come together to create unhealthy conditions. The skies over Toronto appearing nearly apocalyptic as daylight struggles to break through the smoky haze.
This is kind of like the earth smoking a cigarette, and we're getting the secondhand smoke.
And it's not just Canadian cities suffering. Dangerous smoke from the wildfires in Canada is causing problems in the U.S. too, as it moves into the Great Lakes and the Northeast. The yellow-orange haze hanging in the air in central New York.
It reminds me of Stranger Things, the upside down.
Health officials say the smoke is making air quality poor enough to pose risks to sensitive groups, especially people with respiratory conditions like asthma or COPD.
Tomorrow, hopefully it'll turn around. If it's going to last a while, then mask up and go outside.
Wildfire smoke pushing into the East Coast, clouding the skies in places like Boston, where Massachusetts health officials had to issue an air quality alert. Some smoke over that city is also coming from fires burning in Minnesota, where the governor has extended state resources to first responders.
The motion carries, an extension of the peacetime emergency is approved for 30 days.
I'm Reid Binion reporting.
And we do want to take another look at the skies down in downtown Buffalo. Obviously, a situation we will be continuing to monitor over the next couple of days. And for the latest updates on when the smoke will clear out, you can always head to our website, WGRZ.com, or download our free news app. In other news this morning, we're expecting some new developments in the federal case of Hadi Matar. He's the man convicted of stabbing famed author Salman Rushdie back in 2022. Matar's final pretrial conference is scheduled for today. The New Jersey man's already serving a 25-year sentence for state charges, including attempted murder. The federal case, however, focuses on terrorism charges, as Matar is accused of carrying out the attack in the name of a foreign terror group. His federal trial is set to begin on Tuesday. Well, we have another update now surrounding the disturbing death of a transgender man in Canandaigua. Another person charged in the kidnapping, torturing, and killing of Sam Nordquist has pleaded guilty. Jennifer Quijano is now convicted of murder, kidnapping, sexual abuse, concealment of a body, and endangering the welfare of a child. She is one of 7 people charged with Sam's murder. Quijano faces life behind bars without parole. She's now the 3rd person convicted. She'll be sentenced on September 8th, and Nordquist's family is expected to be in attendance when that happens.
I think about Sam crying and screaming and begging for help, and no one was helping him. That's what I think about in the courtroom, and that's what I hear.
It's more sickening to me knowing that it happened with Precious when she was supposedly having her crocodile tears. It happened today with Jennifer, where her lawyer was consoling her and rubbing her back, and her face was turning red. You weren't thinking about any of that when you were torturing Sam and holding him captive.
And there are 4 more suspects still facing criminal charges in the case, in addition to a federal case that's pending and is in the early stages. Prosecutors say they remain committed to holding all of them accountable. Leaders in the city of Buffalo met last night to discuss community safety. The meeting had been planned for over a month, but it was even more relevant now given the city's recent spike in violence. Police Commissioner Erica Shields and Common Council member Rashid Wyatt gave people a chance to share their many concerns. Many in attendance focused on the importance of engaging with young people and getting them more involved with their communities.
These young people need our support. They need us to help fund more of these youth organizations. We got a lot of youth organizations that get pennies. They get crumbs. But we give everybody else millions.
One of the things I established in Louisville was a youth advisory committee. By the time I left Louisville, we were meeting weekly and they were driving programs. I was going to wait to the start of the new school year, but it'd be something I'd be happy to jumpstart now. Your voice matters.
And those in attendance also spoke about the importance of communication between community members and city officials when it comes to solving these issues. Stay with us. We'll have sports and we'll talk more about the AQI, Air Quality Index, when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. We are now less than 2 weeks away until the start of Bills camp. It'll be back just outside of Rochester at St. John Fisher, and it also marks the start of a new era for the team. Channel 2 Sports reporter Jonathan Acosta explains.
For the first time since 2016, Sean McDermott will not be the head coach when the Bills take the field for training camp in Pittsford. The next step of Joe Brady's first season in charge comes July 29th at St. John Fisher. We've seen Brady at camp before, but in an offensive coordinator role. We've seen how Brady manages practices as a head coach, but not yet at training camp. Brady beginning to put his stamp on the team through OTAs and minicamp, and already making his own changes to Bills camp, reducing the amount of practices the Bills will actually have in Pittsford. But for the 7 days they will practice out there, what do they look like? What kind of energy do they have? How are they set up? How much time is Brady spending with the offense, his area of expertise, and how much time is he with the defense, now that he's head coach of the entire team? And going back to the offense, that is still his side of the ball. Do we see any more evidence of tweaks from the offense the Bills ran the previous couple of seasons with Brady only as the OC then? And maybe most important of all, how does the culture that Brady wants his team to embrace develop over the 7 practices in Pittsford? After all, team chemistry and building bonds is one of the biggest benefits to the team going away from Orchard Park in the first place. The win-loss column will ultimately decide whether Brady's first year is a success. But what happens at St. John Fisher starting in 2 weeks will play a key role in how the results on the field play out once the season begins.
Any thoughts about training camp going into it? Are you going to be watching anyone or anything in particular?
You know what? I sort of unplug. I don't follow all the training camp reports, and wake me up when September starts. I'll go to one of the preseason games to see the stadium.
Yeah.
I normally don't go to the preseason games or even watch them. When the Bolts start flying for real, I'll be there, but I don't pay attention over the summer as much.
Yeah, for me, it's just keep everybody safe.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
No
put them all in bubble
injuries,
wrap.
right?
Yeah.
And Deion Dawkins is being vocal about how much weight he's lost and that this is going to be his thinnest season yet. And so I'm wondering how that will make him more, faster, obviously.
Last year he got the key to the city. The guy that sat behind me said, "Is to give him keys to the gym."
Oh,
was what somebody said. He got a little heavy.
He did. But now he's trimmed down a little bit.
Me too. That's right. More to love. That's right.
That's right. I know that we're going to do another Bill story in just a minute, but first, Sabres rumors. Are you hearing about Patrick Kane?
Yeah, I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, so Patrick Kane, obviously South Buffalo native, who played for the Blackhawks.
It'd be a great story.
He's trying to figure out where his next and probably final team will be, and it's the two rumors right now are that the Blackhawks are number one for him to go back there, and his jersey will be retired with the Blackhawks. There will be a statue of him there, and he, will go down in the, the Hall of Fame with the NHL with being a Blackhawk, but also that Buffalo is he said, I either want to go back to Chicago or go to Buffalo.
By the way, he loves Buffalo. This is a true story. We were doing, which one was it? The food drive. What's the one in December that we do? Is that the food drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Food to families.
Food to families, and the Blackhawks were in town, and it was one of the Blackhawks rep with some kid dropping off a check, and it was no cameras were around. It was Patrick Kane watching it on TV. He came by to drop off a check for the food to families.
Wow.
And he said, yeah, no, he doesn't want to be on TV or anything. He just wanted to help out. Unbelievable. And that's a true story. Patrick Kane.
Is so cool.
The Blackhawks happen to have been in town. And so and he loves Buffalo, and
his family's still here.
If they can make it happen, make it happen.
We need to replace Alex Tuck, and Patrick Kane still has a couple more years of good hockey in him, it seems.
Listen, Patrick Kane at 90% is better than most of the other guys anyway.
That's true.
So again, he's older, maybe a third liner, certainly a special teamer. I mean, power play specialist. And let's go, man.
Yeah.
Keep him healthy and get him into the postseason.
Let's do it. All right. Back to Bills real quick.
Sure, okay.
And Josh Allen, a special story that has left a mark for one young Bills fan and her relationship with Josh. 2 on your side's Courtney Courtwright has her story.
If you couldn't already tell, Abby McNett lights up when she's talking about the Bills.
Josh Allen.
Josh and Abby became big fans of each other after they first connected years ago.
She just fell in love, and I think he made such a connection with her. His eyes were on her the entire time, and it was beautiful.
That special moment.
Remember our handshake?
Growing into a special friendship.
Josh Bear. Come everywhere.
There's someone out there that's rooting for her and means so much to her. That's what the bear represents for her.
That continues to last.
Nope. Mom. Sell it for me.
A simple handwritten note.
What did you think when you got the card? I miss him.
With the help of Golisano Children's Hospital, can make a difference.
So she was diagnosed with alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma January 22. And it's an aggressive type of cancer. There's no cure for it. So, once it starts coming back, it's hard.
In April, the family found out Abby had relapsed again.
And she gets scans every 3 months. The doctor's like, I think we missed something. There's something there. So it was very small.
But as Abby continues her fight, so does Abby's Angels, created as a way to give back. The nonprofit focuses on helping caregivers and families of differently abled children under 18 in times of medical emergencies.
We're still finding things out that we didn't know back then, resources that are available and stuff.
Right.
They're still coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to compile all that and help people find it sooner.
The hope is that information...
But what? Yeah.
Never back down, never give up.
...and kindness gets into the right hands.
What do you want to say to Josh Allen for sending you a card?
Thank you. I love you more.
On your side in Lockport, Courtney Courtwright, Channel 2 News.
There's so much to take from that.
Isn't it amazing? So I actually was reading.
Sure, go ahead.
I was reading the note, the card that Josh actually sent Abby, and it is so sweet. It says, "Dear Abby, thinking of you and praying for you. We'll be giving Abby Bear a few extra hugs tonight. Love you and keep fighting, Josh Allen." Because they exchanged teddy bears. So her bear, she calls him Joshy Bear, and he said in the note, and he remembered, he's like, "I'm going to be giving Abby Bear a few extra hugs." Just awesome.
Right, and away from the cameras and the microphones, he's legit a big, goofy, super kind guy.
Yeah, and now a dad, and he's going to clearly be a great dad. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The following is sponsored by Cornerstone Community Credit Union.
Welcome back. Preparations are underway at the Buffalo and Erie County Naval and Military Park for a major event celebrating America's 250th birthday, all part of a year-long celebration, not just a 4th of July thing. Did spark some conversation, a little bit of controversy around Buffalo's mayor saying that he was going to do fireworks and then they didn't do them, but there will be fireworks in the city, just not by the city. 200 Side's Chelsea Swift explains.
Yeah, that's right. There definitely was some controversy on social media around July 4th, but now the Naval Park is preparing for a big celebration to celebrate America's 250th birthday. There will be fireworks on August 2nd, which is Signers' Day. That's the day the Declaration of Independence was actually signed. The event is being organized by both the New York State America 250 Commission and Erie County's America 250 Initiative, to reflect civic pride, tourism, and community celebration. It will include live entertainment, historical storytelling, family activities, military heritage, food, and of course, fireworks. It also became a lightning rod of sorts after the city announced it would not be sponsoring fireworks on the 4th of July. One reason was that there would be fireworks for this event. People went on social media criticizing the decision when in fact it is part of a year-long celebration across the region and across the state.
I do think that was lost in the mix a little bit. When you look back at 76 or 1926, celebrations went on for an entire year, and that's exactly what's happening across the nation. We remember when, of course, the big boy, the giant train, came rolling through, just like the Freedom Train that rolled across America in 76. And what we're doing is really celebrating across many dates with many programs. There are nonprofits across Buffalo right now that have had exhibits up for months, including here at the Naval Park.
And again, this is just one of many events that are being planned by the commission. It runs from 4 to 9:30 p.m. on August 2nd, Signers' Day. Organizers say another reason they opted not to have fireworks on the 4th of July was so that people would attend their local celebrations in towns and villages across Western New York on the July 4th holiday. On your side in Buffalo, Chelsea Swift, Channel 2 News.
Birthday girl.
Yeah, happy birthday, Chelsea.
716er.
Working on her birthday. Good girl. All right, well, as we've been talking all morning long and yesterday, the haziness, the smokiness in the sky is all part of the Canadian wildfires. And the AQI, big part, almost up to 200 right now. But what does AQI actually mean, and what does it mean for your health?
Our brilliant teammate, Storm Team 2 meteorologist Lauren Maroney, explains how the Air Quality Index works and what you should know before spending time outside.
Sometimes you'll hear a meteorologist talking about the AQI, but what is it and what does it mean? AQI stands for Air Quality Index. It's a tool used by the Environmental Protection Agency to communicate to you what the air quality is like and what the effects might be to you and your health.
We spend most of our days in the green, which is good, or at least the yellow, which is moderate. But to most people, our bodies can't really tell the difference.
But once that yellow becomes orange, that's when we start to take notice. And AQI in the orange starts to become unhealthy for sensitive groups, those with any respiratory or cardiac issues, especially when you spend extended time outside or engaging in any kind of strenuous activity. But once it's red, that becomes unhealthy for everyone. You can still go outside, but the idea is to limit prolonged exposure, especially once that red turns to purple. This is the very unhealthy level. This will impact more people and quicker. So any kind of physical activity, you definitely want to consider bringing that inside. Avoid prolonged exposure. And then beyond purple is maroon. That is the hazardous level. That's the kind of dangerous air quality we had about 3 years ago when you saw the wildfire smoke turning the skies orange and you could taste that smoke in the air. That is not what we are seeing today, but wildfire smoke is making our skies a little bit milky and hazy, and our air quality is reduced, generally in that orange to red level. So you want to exercise caution, limit strenuous activity, and most importantly, take it easy out there.
Clever.
Follow her on social media for more of those vertical videos. She's so talented.
So well done. She's so much better than me.
You're good at this on-air stuff, though, Kat.
Yes.
Don't worry about the social.
I'm good at stealing graphics from Lauren.
And you're good at doing Twitter or X posts.
Yeah, I guess.
They're hysterical.
Thank you. Good. Thank you, Lauren, for that. And again, take it easy, like she said.
Yeah. And we should be done with it soon, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow is going to be winding down.
Today's the worst of it. The AQI is already near 200. It should improve tomorrow.
Excellent. Kevin, thank you. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great day and be safe.